Hello there folks, I'm RGB from RGB TV and welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into game number 2 between Brain and Leebokgu. Game number 1 was a pretty good one. Brain managed to avoid death many times over and over by hitting Leebokgu right in the balls, where it matters the most, by killing his ropes. So let me quickly adjust the sound because I have it a little bit too high. Let's put it right there. Hopefully this is the exact right spot for the game sound. If it isn't, please let me know in the comments and I can adjust it for the next one. Because for some reason, while I'm wearing my headset, the sound is apparently somewhat different than how it comes out on YouTube. And I'm not sure what changed recently, but for some reason the sound isn't always as I hear it right now. It isn't always as I hear it right now. So, to introduce our players, Ajide, or Ajede, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's probably meant to be pronounced in a Korean way, and I don't know how the Korean way says Ajide. So I'm just gonna say Brain, because that's his actual player name. Here on the Blue Terran. Red Protoss, next solution. It is Leebokgu. Red Protoss, 9 o'clock. 12 o'clock, mid-spawn against mid-spawn, which means we have quite some rushing potential here from Leebokgu. With this very short, small little bit of traveling distance towards Brain's base. Is Brain gonna go for double barracks or triple barracks? You never know with this guy. It's gonna be a triple barracks, and notice how there's a little bit of room in between. Something that some players like to do to make moving in between, to and fro, back and forth, a little bit easier to do. Most players just build a block of 4, very compact. Brain and some others like to leave a little bit of space like this, because apparently that can make a difference. It's easier to move through when there's a little bit of space, and that can make all the difference against shuttle drops, or in defending and moving around your base, not getting stuck. Getting stuck, people die to it a lot in this game. People lose games a lot to units getting stuck because there's the space they gotta go through is simply too small. Zealots are walking across the map. It's a double gateway Nexus Forge choke build order here from Leebokgu. Probably gonna get his gas before the cannons in the front. Then we have triple barracks here on the map from Brain. There's no gas there yet. He went for barracks, supply, barracks, barracks. His Marines are out on the map very early, very quick, but it does delay his refineries and his academy. So he's going to get a command center first because he's got the money for it. He's skipping on some Marine production to finance that command center. He's got a bunker in the front. He should be able to defend himself quite easily. Might even start building a supply depot already this early into the game to kind of seal off that front. And yes, that is a supply depot. I knew it was going to happen. At some point, after watching so many replays of these high-level players, you kind of get used to what they usually do. And you can start making predictions on what they're going to do next. I knew this. I was going to say it. He's going to move out and attack those zealots. He's going to try to prevent that cannon in the front because he saw the cannon with the SCV and he saw that there's only 6 zealots on the map. 2 more are spawning very soon. But these Marines here have the chance, the opportunity to try and prevent cannon warping from finishing. So he's going to try to push, but Leebokgu buys himself just enough time. Great micro there from Brain, trying to keep as many of those Marines alive. A couple of them do go down, but a cannon in the front finishes up. That was the goal that Leebokgu had to hit. He had to hit this goal. Get the cannon up, keep those Marines out. That's the entire point of the build order. Get the double gateway to do some pressure with the Zealots. If the pressure doesn't work and the Terran turns it all around, you have these cannons to fall back on, but you gotta buy some time for those cannons. And he managed to succeed. Brain, though, might try to break through before the other 2 cannons finish warping in, but he's a little bit too late, a little bit too slow. He's not gonna get through there. Not gonna work. Engineering bay, they're on the way, getting a factory. There's an academy there on the side. Leebokgu getting 1 robo, the Citadel of Adun, and gonna get a 2nd robo as well. Only triple cannon in the front. He's kind of playing this on a cheap choke Sometimes players get 4 or 5 cannons in total when they see this many Marines waiting there in the front. But Brain is just standing there trying to scare scare Leebokgu into over-defending. But also to try and keep Leebokgu contained to his base, but it doesn't quite work. And the Marines are kind of blocking each other. A couple of them do go down, and he retreats back to that choke, where there's 2 depots at a bunker. And not going to be easy to get in there. Marines on the map to function as a warning system against shuttles that are going to be flying across the map very soon. Reaver on the way. Reaver number 2 slightly delayed. He got that second robo a little bit too slow, so we're going to see a single Reaver frontal push. There's no Zealot speed on the way. He's getting Storm. Actually, he's going to get Storm soon. He's going to get Dark Templars first, and Storm after he gets his first High Templars. Got shuttle speed there in, or being researched. It's not in production, it's being researched. They're researching shuttle speed. Gotta be correct with my semantics, gotta be correct with what I'm saying. So we have not much happening. Just looking at each other. Brain is waiting for Leebokgu to move out and attack. Then he's going to try to snipe the shuttle with the Reaver out of the air. But first we have Dark Templars. 2 Dark Templars on the Reaver in a shuttle. Zealot's there on the middle. Getting distracted from the shuttle. He's going to push him back to his main base. But now we have a shuttle with a Reaver inside of Brain's base. Going to kill the turret. He's going to go for the frontal attack here, but another Reaver has spawned. Dark Templar going to come in from behind. 1 Dark Templar is here in the middle, killing Marines. So Brain overstepped his ability a little bit. The Reaver, he abandoned the Reaver inside of Brain's base right there, and it got taken down by a tank and a Marine. A little bit weird. Oh, the Dark Templar is killing so many Marines. 10 kills. Marines die in 1 single shot, so you don't get a warning on the minimap that something is dying. It has to take 2 hits at least to get a warning. So he comes in there over the bottom of the left side. Dark Templars are loading first. Dark Templars moving forward. Does Brain have another scan? I think he does, but he doesn't want to risk it. Does not want to risk it. The Dark Templars are zoning the Marines away from the Reaver. There's a tank on the bottom side. The Leebokgu is looking for a way in, using the Dark Templar to push the Marines away, trying to find the path into the base with the Reaver shuttle. Oh, he can't pick up. That's a small little mistake. Kills some Marines, but the Dark Templar is doing a lot of work, walking back and forth. Marines are being pulled back to safety. There's a supply depot in the danger zone. Gonna try to stim it down. Stims it down, but now the other Dark Templar can start moving as the scan is just being used. So that's a free turret that are getting killed. Getting 6 pylons in a block here at the same time. Getting a 3rd robo. Got a triple shuttle there on the map. He's getting Storm, High Templars. I think he already has Storm. Maybe he didn't get it at all. We're gonna see if he has Storm later on. Right now, I don't know if he actually has it. So 2 High Templars, Dark Templar, they're inside that shuttle. He's gonna go for a double drop, I assume, because he's waiting there on the top corner. He's not waiting. He's gonna go in. And he changed his mind. He's going to use this wide open hole here. Zealot there killed the Marine to take away vision on the side. Dark Templar still there killing turrets and some SCVs. This hole is still wide open. And yeah, Leebokgu is not going to go for a double drop. He's going to combine both drops into 1 drop and attack here from the bottom right. Because I think Brain might be getting tricked into thinking that Leebokgu is planning on coming in from the left side. Because there's where the Dark Templar opened up a hole. But he's actually coming from the bottom right. Bottom right drop, 2 turrets in between, Marines on the scene, bunker there in the back to protect those SCVs. Comes out, unloading. Templar's too far away to hit his SCVs. Gonna storm on absolutely nothing, a little bit of a bad drop. That's a good storm there though, kill some Marines. But that drop did not go as we wanted it to go, or as how Leebokgu wanted it to go, but it went exactly as how Brain wanted it to happen. And that is a complete failure. A failure of a drop, but he got in there. But it could have been so much better, just unloaded a little bit too soon. It happens to the best. As you can see right there, even Leebokgu makes those mistakes, and he's one of the best shuttle droppers in the world. So that's more gateways coming out. He's going to go for an all-in gateway shuttle drop strategy. No early carriers in the making. Only has one Stargate. He's got 2 forges there on the way in the bottom. No protection for his probes on the top. A little bit surprising that the cannons are coming out this late into the game. But he's throwing down a lot of them because he knows a tank drop is on the way. He knows. He saw the starport. So he knows a tank drop is on the way over the bottom side. And Brain, by accident, just, it's a 50-50 chance, picks the bottom side, but the top side is unprotected. A little bit of bad luck with his target selection. So we have a big drop here, coming from the bottom right. Smaller drop, waiting to follow on this big drop. So this goes in first, and is going to distract Brain a lot. And then the small drop with the 3 High Templars is going to come in from the left. All the Marines being pulled away to this big drop. Unloading Templars everywhere, storming whatever he can. A lot of Marines going down. That's a lot of Marine kills. You can see like 30 dead Marines on the scene, and he flies right out. And now the other drop coming in from the top left. Brain distracted. No, not distracted. Stims it down really quickly. Templars unloaded at the start. He sniped the Templar, the shuttle with the Templars in it. So only one Templar got out. Killed a bunch of Marines, but Brain, very quick reaction. Does not get caught off guard. Not yet. Hasn't been caught off guard just yet. So Leebokgu now loading up another drop. Where's he going to go in from? It's going to be the bottom left, bottom right. It's going to be the top right, top left. Or the front door. It's going to be from the left. It's going to be a drop from the left. Upgrades at the moment are 0-0 there for Leebokgu. Marines are on 1-1 there from Brain. And he's getting his tank and air upgrades all at the same time because he's got 4 armies at the same time. Drop comes in over the top left. Marines are out of position, stimming in. Templars unloaded. There's 4 Templars, 5 Templars on the scene. Too far away to hit the SCVs. Gets a storm on the SCVs, kills 9 of them, so at least something got hit. Got another storm there coming down and kills another couple of them. I can't really see how many SCVs he killed, but I think he had about 60 SCVs. Now he's down to 45, so make it 15 kills. That is a successful drop. 69 against 45 workers. Leebokgu is currently in the driver's seat. He's setting the pace. He's deciding where we're going to go with this game. Now the question, of course, becomes, can Brain defend himself properly enough against all the future attacks from Leebokgu? It's always a big question we always have to ask. Will he be able to defend himself well enough in the future? He managed to defend himself well enough in the previous game, which he won. Brain won the previous game, so Leebokgu is currently 0 wins against 1 win from Brain, and he really wants to get himself a win. He has not been having a very successful track record against Brain. He's been losing most of his games against Brain. Hasn't really won a best of set, except for a PvP best of set that he won once. But since then, I haven't really seen him win a single best of set against Brain, so this might be his swan song. Big frontal attack, break to the front, drop coming in over the bottom right, unloading on the scene, unloading on top of everything. Really, actually, the fact that he just unloaded on top of the tanks was a really good move. He's not going to kill any SCVs, which is good for Brain, but Brain is taking a lot of damage from just losing his units. Just losing a lot of units. His minerals are low, because he's so focused on having to rebuild his army, recover the damages he's been dealt, rebuilding that wall on the front, and there's a lot of things going on for Brain, and he kind of just wants to build up and get more supply, get more workers in the bigger base. That's what he wants to focus on. But he's kind of just been forced to divert his attention to recovering from abuse, and that's not easy to do. It takes some effort, it takes some time. It takes some effort and it takes some time. Big frontal attack. A lot of Zealots, Templars in between as well. We have a nice number of tanks in the front, but that's not gonna stop those Zealots from breaking through, although the one firebat in that bunker, though, is doing a lot of damage on the Zealots. A lot of damage on the Zealots. Valkyrie's coming in to try and snipe the shuttles. Shuttles are running away, and I stay out of range just in time. Like a couple pixels removed from getting hit by the Valkyries. That's going to make a difference, because now he's got another chance to fly in from another angle. But vessels in the front might have seen the shuttles Valkyries are on the left. More Valkyries here on the bottom right. Vessels returning back home. He's looking for a way in. He's got vision there on the high ground. This section is kind of dark. And he goes in over the bottom right again. Just finds his angle from the bottom right very pleasing and appeasing to use. Yet again though, can't quite get a storm on those SCVs. Forced to unload a little bit too soon, a little bit too far away. High tempo there on the top corner doesn't get close enough. So Brain now filling out the remainder of his gas. He's got 6 mining at the moment. He's gonna have to get 4 more. Lifting up those barracks to replace with more factories. I like the spacing on his factories. Rebuilt that frontal wall again. We have a carrier proxy base here being built from Leebokgu to switch over into carriers, something he does like to do. And yeah, this is a lot of cannons. He made so many cannons because the previous game he got demolished by tank drops. So now he's overcompensating by getting like 40 cannons around his command nexus. 40 cannons around his nexus. Drop comes in, getting sniped mercilessly, brutally sniped. Didn't even get a chance to get close. Valkyries are on the scene, Marines on the scene. Things are smooth sailing for Brain. Lost 15 SCVs once, and since then, it's been smooth sailing. Marines on 1-2, tanks on 1-1. Will soon be on 2-2 as well. He's maxed out, moving out into the middle. Big army waiting for him. The cannons are all here on the right, so they're not really much of a problem. You can kind of just ignore those cannons here on the right. Leebokgu scrambling to get more cannons here on the left side to at least build something in between Brain's base and his own base. Carriers are on the way, and Brain might have a pretty good, like, 2 minutes. Well, let's say he's 2 minutes is too much. Brain has like 60 seconds to get right here and push through towards that nexus. But Leebokgu has enough army still sitting on the middle to prevent that push into the middle from Brain and buy himself more time for the carriers to finish. Storm's doing a great job of reducing the amount of tanks on the middle. Yeah, Leebokgu is doing a good job buying himself time. He's doing a good job buying himself a lot of time for the carriers to finish, build their interceptors. And now we're also going to have to look for what the upgrades are on those carriers. If I can only find an air unit that can attack. Like if I click on these, we can't see what the upgrades are. Back to the middle. Units coming from Leebokgu, trying to spread out a little bit to get a pretty good attack onto those tanks. Turrets are being built. He's got 1-2 now. Zealots are on 2-1-1. Almost got 2-2-2. Mines exploding, triggering. That gateway push didn't really achieve too much. Did not achieve too much, but the carriers have arrived. And right here in the main base, 7 of them. And he's got a Corsair army, 2-1-1 on the air as well. Big army of Corsairs. Does he have disruption web? I don't know. The Corsairs are there to kill the Valkyries. The Valkyries are great against carriers. They kind of force the carriers to attack move and not micro. That's why the Corsairs are there to push the Valkyries away when the Valkyries are coming from across the map. So Brain's pushing forward strongly with a lot of power. Valkyries coming in. Corsairs have to clean them out, push them away right now. Marines are killing interceptors, doing a great job. Does not have a lot of interceptors yet. I mean, it's only 7 carriers, and they're still building interceptors, so they're not really at full power yet, but a lot of storms coming out on Mobile's tanks. Tanks do not like storms. Look at that. Killed the entire frontal section of that tank army. Marines are all dead and gone. Corsairs died? But the Valkyries are dying themselves as well. EMP on the carriers. Tanks retreating. Leebokgu needs some shield batteries. Tanks are moving to the bottom. He knows about this carrier proxy base. He's going to take that one down. Of course, they're pushing vessels away. Tanks are attacking the proxy base. But Leebokgu is ignoring the proxy base and he's going for what looks like a counter-attack. But Brain is building turrets in his choke. He's got a lot of turrets all over his base. And he's building more because turrets are great against interceptors. Goliaths are spawning, more EMPs coming down, no shields on those carriers. But we have another group of Corsairs entering the mix. There's no more Valkyries or Raids being built. It's just going to be all Goliaths against the carriers, which diminishes the value of those Corsairs. Corsairs are great against Raids and Valkyries, pretty terrible against Goliaths because they can't shoot down, unless he has disruption webs to help him fight against the Goliaths. You know, take away their ability to attack, force them to micro, all that sort of stuff. Really helpful. Barracks spots the shuttles and the Corsair. Cannons being built here on the side. He's going to build this, shield batteries here for sure. But right now, carriers in the air, Corsairs in the back. Corsairs have nothing to attack here though. There's 12 Corsairs. There's a lot of supplying Corsairs. And a lot of Goliaths in the middle. And a lot of tanks. And the drop comes in. Unloading. Hits the storm. Kills all the SCVs. You got 33. And this one got 14. Down to 25 SCVs in total. Just the SCVs on the gas are the only ones remaining. And it looks like Leebokgu should be able to survive this push. He's got the carriers, he's got storms. The carriers though, pretty weak, only 5 of them left alive. The pylons here got killed, the stargates are still alive, but he's got a lot of gateways to spawn zealots, and Brain does not quite have the economy remaining to produce a lot of those ground units. He's building a gateway proxy base on 11 o'clock. The upgrades on the zealots are currently on 322, tanks are on 22. So the upgrades are about the same. Turrets coming out there in the front as well. Robos are still alive, but you know, they're gonna be unpowered soon unless this push forward does the trick. Disruption webs all over the place, but kind of wasted, but looks beautiful. Carrier goes down. Goliath's microing. Brain is showing off his skills. Brain always plays his best when he's in these low economy situations where he's being pushed to the limit for macro and micro. He's now using Marines again. Well, he's pulling the Marines he still had left in the bunkers to attack and help take down the interceptors. He needs every single unit he's got in his base to make this attack work. If this doesn't work right now, Brain won't be able to keep up with Leebokgu's production. Setting up there inside his base. His army is looking strong. It's looking really, really strong. And zealots are spawning, but the rally points are still set to the front, and Leebokgu loses again. Brain manages to slay the monster. Or maybe the other way around. The challenger fails to slay the monster that is Brain. Perhaps that is a more fitting way to describe this. Leebokgu got close, but couldn't quite get there. He simply had too many Corsairs. I get the idea behind the Corsairs. It's great. It's great. They're great against Valkyries, but against Goliaths, they are wasted supply space. And we saw it all playing out the way it did because he had 12 or 14 Corsairs in the air that couldn't do anything. If those Corsairs had been carriers, like if he had like 11 carriers or maybe even 12 of them, this might have been a very different game, but Brain makes easy and quick work of Leebokgu, who's now going to have to move on to another solution to try and beat Brain. We've got more games coming up this week, so stay tuned. I'll be uploading them soon. Until then, have a good day, have a good time, and have a great week.